Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and this is my video review on Transformers Robots in Disguise, Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bulkhead. And he is actually pretty awesome. I'm really impressed. I initially was hesitant on the guy, so I ended up getting him, so, you know, I finally found him at Target 2 weeks after I found Starscream, but I got him. He is really neat, actually. I have a couple of minor complaints, but yeah, I'll get into those a little bit more. So as far as this goes, he rolls nicely. You know, he's got these nice huge wheels. He comes with this stupid thing, which is actually pretty fun just to play around with. As you pull this back, it rotates on this gear, and when you get to a certain point, there's no gear there, so it pretty much just spins it, which is neat because it has the light in it and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty neat. And they kind of make it look like the chunk of vehicle on here, which yeah, it's kind of weird, especially when sitting up on top of the guy. Yeah, this would be one I would like to try to find the first edition on, just because of the weapon. But as far as the overall figure goes, it's not bad. He also comes with this, which I'll get into a little bit more in robot mode, but it's kind of like a smasher looking type thing, kind of similar to the hammer used by Breakdown. But that can also plug there, or plug on the side of his weapon here. And then the whole thing can plug in here. So yeah, this thing aside, the actual vehicle is pretty nice. He's got paint apps. Again, the whole Prime line is lacking some paint apps. He does have an Autobot symbol in robot mode, though, so I'll give him that. Now, the directions I have lying around, but I don't know where they are, show a slightly altered version of this, where the bumper was actually one complete molded piece with this up front. So you can put that there. The box has it underneath the car. I think it doesn't matter which way you display it. I think it looks pretty decent. Anyway, this kind of just looks like an extended bumper. It looks pretty nice. But it'll be this way for robot mode, so I kind of just store it like that. But the cool thing I found about this is it actually has some C-clamps, or 3mm pegs, or clips, in which you can clip the clip system weapons to. The weapon I had on here is actually in a box right now, so it looks much better on him. So you can clip some extra weapons to him, you know, if you want. It's nifty. You know, clip a... I don't know why you would want a knife on the top of a vehicle like that, but it's an option. Also, plug it right into the thing if you want, so it's not bad. So yeah, you can armor this guy up, and I think that's pretty cool. So, yep, just 2 clips here. So, my other minor complaint about this guy, besides the weapon, is how low he sits to the ground. He's this huge truck, and his legs just hang way down below. Now, I don't know if that's any different from the first edition, but it's a downside for the figure for me, because it doesn't have a lot of clearance that way. I mean, not that it needs to have a lot of clearance, but, you know, there, it gets hung up on that, so that shows something. I like the wheels that were on the Armada Red Alert, because he was well up off the ground. His wheels were nice. So, yeah, that's a common problem I find with Transformers now. They often, a lot of the time, sit right on the floor. So, yeah, but he does have full painted headlights here, which are nice. He's got some other things. He's got some detailing within the window, which is nice. Also, if you shine this down into the thing, it kind of glows from within, which is nifty, I guess, but not really that cool. So I'll go ahead and get Sky in robot mode and talk about him some more. And here he is in robot mode. Now, there's several things I like about this guy, and several things I don't. And I'll get with what I don't. This weapon looks huge on his arm. I mean, yeah, it's passable. Especially in this mode, it really is passable. But his hand doesn't fold all the way in, and it looks a little strange. So I prefer not to display him with that at all. As every other Power Riser except for Megatron. Oh, like Megatron, this is so heavy, it actually off-balances him. Like a minute ago, when this was on there, he was balancing on 1 foot because he's that top-heavy. I had him, like, if I take this down, he is now back on 2 feet. So, for overall coolness factor here, for a lot of things, when you do have this on here, I keep putting this and pulling it off, but his whole arm lights up, which is actually one of the coolest features of the Power Riser line so far, is Bulkhead's arm, because it really does light up. Unlike so many of the others, they don't really light up. They kind of do, but not really. So, overall though, this weapon actually looks really nice on Bulkhead. It fits perfectly with his personality and battle style. I mean, I'd prefer like a gun or something, like a blaster, so, because, you know, it's just like, he should come with a melee weapon and a projectile launcher or a laser cannon or something. It's just my personal opinion on that. I know a lot of people disagree and say melee weapons only or laser weapons only, but I prefer one of each. Unless it's drift, and then he's strictly melee. But this guy is, for the most part, melee, but he does use weapons on occasion. So this is actually really nice. This guy's actually a really nice one. He is a little bit back heavy. More so because of just where his legs are located. They're forward of the rest of his body. I mean, for the most part, he's nice. I can shake this, and my camera is going to fall over before the Transformer does, so it's not bad. Although, if you watch my Astro Train review, you can tell my camera falls over pretty easy. But he does have this nice, huge Autobot symbol right here, and he's got black shoulder pads, which is nice. The shoulder pads are actually pretty cool, because they fold up and become the windows. I think that's pretty neat. And like Megatron's, these are actually separate pieces directly from the arms, which allow the arms a little bit more movement than usual. But it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to have to move it every time. But, you know, it's okay. I don't mind. Another thing, though, this is him according to the Hasbro packaging, which I will show off right here. And notice that he actually has a little bit of a difference here on his chest plate. There's that air pocket hole, and there's a couple little differences between even this one, and the one that's in the instructions. So it's a little odd. But I'm not going to get too much into that. Maybe it was a potential remold. Who knows? So. Yep, the box is animation model, you know, his front, vehicle mode here, glowing wrecking ball, bio. I'm not going to get too much into the box, and then Starscream picture on the bottom. So I'm not going to get too much into the box, but we'll get back to here. So he's got these things over his shoulder, which I don't mind at all, so they're not bad. Some people have just found out they're just held in there by friction, so you can actually pull them off or flop them to the opposite side so that these are facing down. I'm not going to go ahead and do that because other people do that in their reviews, and I don't want to seem like I'm copying them, so I'm not going to do that. And plus it damages the plastic a little bit, so be warned. As far as articulation goes, it's pretty nice. You know, he's muscular, so muscular. He's a robot, right? Here's another issue of mine. Molded pieces like this, not painted, annoy me to no end. Like, it's molded like the wheel. You got the wheel on the other side. Paint it to match. It's not difficult. Well, it could be for their budget, but still. I'm paying more for this guy than I did for any of the Transformers Armada toys or any of the Transformer other toys that had an obscene amount of paint apps. So I'm paying more and getting less. That's a complaint of mine. I will always have. So articulation goes, he's got not, well, I would qualify that as 90-degree angle bent hinge. It's just a friction hinge there. He's got a little bit of foot movement, not really at all, so I'm going to retract that. He doesn't have any foot movement. They're molded to the side a little bit so you can get in a normal stance. So, but anything beyond that, you're balancing. So, he's got ball and socket joint hip, which I don't particularly love, but okay, it's there. He's got a swivel in there as well. He's got a ball and socket joint shoulder with a double hinged hand, or elbow, sorry. Just a hinged hand, which I would prefer if it came out a little more straighter, but that's okay. It's got a hinge here, as well as a hinge here due to transformation, which allows you to do like a punch up kind of thing, which is nice. And as I discussed before, these move separate. They're on a ball and socket joint in there, so that's nice. Also, his head is on a ball and socket joint, and his mouth can move. You can make him look like he ate his face, or not, or in the middle of talking. I wish they painted the mouth piece in there black, so it kind of looked like his mouth was open, rather than just faceplate under his faceplate. So overall, I think this figure is really nice. I definitely would recommend him. Again, I'm probably going to look for the first edition, and if I find him, great, and if I don't, this guy will definitely do. I like him. So, yeah. And just for fun, here he is with the rest of Team Prime. I now have the full 5-figure set of the constant Transformers that are in almost every episode. The only one that's missing out of this is Wheeljack, and I'll show. He's on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to get up to get him, but he looks very nice next to Bulkhead too. So if you have any more requests for video reviews, please post in the comments down below. If you have any questions about Bulkhead, please feel free to ask, also in the comments below, or message me. I will be happy to answer them. Also, yeah, I think that's it, actually. I honestly think that's it for this time. So that concludes my video review of Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Bulkhead. Thanks for watching.